Hello again. Welcome to day 9, talking about equations of lines. So again, this should be a very nice video, little review, and just some common misconceptions for us to fix. The slope of a non-vertical line passing through any 2 points is this formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Just like with distance formula and midpoint formula, it does not matter which point you call x1, y1 or x2, y2, as long as you keep them consistent. So let's find the slopes of these lines. Line 1 is right here. I'll make it blue. Let's find the slope. Well, looking at my points, this will be my x1, y1 for no reason. x2, y2, again, for no reason. So my slope is going to be y1 or y2. It actually doesn't matter the order. Again, so I'm going to start with y1 minus the negative y2 all over x1 minus the negative x2. Simplify, you get 5 over 1. So that line slope is 5. It's positive, it's going up, and the slope is 5 over 1, or 5. Next, we're going to do the slope of line 2, this orange one. It does not matter which point you choose as your x1, y1. So I'm going to go ahead and just do 0 minus negative 1 over 2 minus negative 1. Look at me already switching those to positive signs again. So that slope is 1 over 3. Positive up 1 over 3 units. The last one is this green one. Please take a moment and you find the slope. Hopefully you get the slope is negative 2. If you don't, please take a moment and look back at the formula. It should be negative because as you read, it decreases. Now, those are pretty set in standard, right? The slope formula. What a lot of people get confused about is horizontal and vertical lines. So, of course, I have a trick. The trick is, for a horizontal line, think of the horizon right here. The slope is 0. How do I know that? Well, think of someone walking or someone on a bike. They can go this way or this way forever. The horizon goes on forever. And they're thinking, hey, I have no worries that I'm going to die or fall through a hole, anything like that. So no worries, 0, actually, instead of no worries, let's be very specific. 0 worries in the world. So the horizontal line, the slope is 0. Versus if I have this vertical line, so think about this line right here, and again draw the person, well, they're falling for their life. They are undefined of their future, right? They're like, I'm gonna die. So not defined or undefined is the slope for a vertical line. I know it's cheesy, but maybe it'll help you remember it. We also have our equations of lines. I actually referenced this before. You have your point slope formula, and y equals mx plus b is the slope intercept. I have no preference about which way you leave your equation unless it specifies. Pick the easiest one and just run with it. Let's do a couple examples to make sure we remember our equations. So we're going to find the equation for the line having the following information, or flowing information. Sorry about that. You choose which form is easiest. Well, I'm given a point and I'm given a slope. So I believe point slope is the easiest equation to plug into. Y equals slope. Point slope, is the point. Y minus y1 equals slope. X minus our negative 3. One thing to remember, it's the opposite of your point. What if I'm giving 2 points? Well, again, I'm given a point. It's not the intercept. So really the easiest one will also be point slope. I have a point, but first we just need to find the slope. Well, good thing we have our slope formula. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, 12 over 6. That simplifies very nicely. And now you can pick whichever point you want. It does not matter. If I picked the first point, this should be your equation of your line. If I picked the second point, this should be the equation of your line. Both work. You do not need to write both, but you have them both in your back pocket. Moving on to C. This is now a vertical line. I'm a very visual person. So here we go. I'm going to draw an XY axis. And it has to be through this point. So that means -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Has to be through this point. Well, the only vertical line through that point is right here, that green line. Think about your person on your bike. They're undefined of their future. Which means undefined slope. Don't worry about it. Ignore it. It's gone, right? The slope's not undefined. All I know is that every point on this line has an x value of -4. That's all I know, and that's all you can write. We have the x-intercept and y-intercept. Well, x-intercept is the same thing as 5, 0. Y-intercept is 0, 7. We learned that when we started graphing. Now this is 2 points, just like problem B. Easiest form will be point slope. But yeah, you need to find the slope first. Not going to be hard because we love our slope formula. 7 minus 0, 0 minus 5, -7/5. Use that with whichever point you want. One thing I do want to mention to you, right here, this is the y-intercept, which kind of actually changes my mind. Maybe I do just want to put it into slope-intercept. Y equals -7/5 x plus 7 totally works. Or if I use the other point, it would be y minus 0 equals my slope, x minus 5. Please be sure to get rid of that -0. Don't ever get in the habit of leaving a -0. So this would be the other option. Either this or this. But please do not leave that 0. E, again, I'm very visual, so I'm going to graph it. Parallel means the same slope. So parallel slope to the x-axis and passes through this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, parallel to the x-axis is horizontal because that's parallel to this x-axis. So that means I'm a horizontal line. Think of the person walking around a bike. No worries. So if I was going to do y equals mx plus b, well, m is 0. The y-intercept right here would be +2. Never leave the 0. Or think that every point on here has a y value of 2. That works as well. Okay, this last problem is very similar to B and to D. I'm leaving this as a challenge. If you complete it, get it correct, I will give you some credit. Make sure you write your equation correctly. No zeros. And we'll check it in class. Good luck.